So if you're going to be spending the money on a fragrance and you really want it to project and push out and get you noticed, this video is going to be for you. Today we're going to be talking about 10 of the strongest projecting fragrances in my collection. We're going to be going over a mix of designer and niche, doesn't matter what it is, from what brand. The ones that push out the strongest on my skin are going to be in this video. And if you are someone who is new to fragrances, when you hear someone talk about projection, that is essentially how far the fragrance radiates off of your skin to where people can smell it, right? So if someone's standing 10 feet away from me and they can smell my fragrance, that fragrance has pretty solid projection. Some fragrances are a bit closer to the skin and have weaker projection, which is okay for certain types of scents, more date scents and maybe more formal scents when you don't want to fill a room. But we're not about that today. We're about the loud, strong, potent fragrances that will project really far. So if you guys like fragrance videos like this, make sure you get subscribed to the channel down below. Also give me a follow over on Instagram at Chaos Fragrances, so that way you can keep up with me over there as well. And of course, all the fragrances that we talk about today will be linked down below in the description to Fragrance X. They're a great discounter. They offer some of the lowest prices online and also some of the fastest shipping as well. So you can expect to get your order in a couple of days when you order from them. And I think that's really all I have to cover here. We have 10 fragrances plus one honorable mention, so 11 fragrances total. A nice mixture of everything here for everyone. If you want to get into some strong projecting, just beast mode types of fragrances here today, because I know this is requested a lot and a lot of people really ask about projection, then make sure you buckle up and stay tuned. Let's hit it. Honorable mention, we have Bvlgari Man In Black. So this one is a pretty strong scent. I didn't want to quite put it in the actual list, and that is because there are some stronger ones than this one in the actual list at number 10 all the way up to number 1. So this is still a strong projector though, and it's got good longevity too. And I just thought it would be a good fit here in this video as an honorable mention because it has the spiciness about it. And if you've smelled the fragrance, you'll know what I'm talking about. Spiciness with a bit of a warm booziness, and that type of character mixed with decent projection from this one, pretty strong projection, makes it a really good scent. It's like a knockout. This thing smells amazing. It's on the more affordable side from Bvlgari, and it's honestly just a really good scent overall, and one that a lot of you guys should consider picking up if you don't have it. This is a nice one. Moving into the actual list, now we're going to start at number 10, but do keep in mind that all of these are very, very strong. So it's hard to say for sure which ones are going to be stronger than each other up until we get to maybe number 1, number 2, number 3. Those are, you know, really where they get super potent and strong, but all of the rest of them are just strong in their own regard. If you see one that is higher than the other, don't necessarily think that's going to have that much stronger projection. These are all very strong, very potent, and will push out far. So with that being said, number 10, we have Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo. This guy is a gourmand fragrance. It's got a nice tiramisu note in here. This one is very, very sweet. So you have to be into sweet fragrances to like this one. And it's also very affordable as well. I believe you can get these in the $30-ish range on discounters on Fragrance X. It will be linked down below. So it's a good price for a really good fragrance. And it's in this video for a reason. This is a strong projector. This stuff is potent and it will push out a long way. That sweetness that it has makes it go pretty far. Moving into number 9, we have M7 Oud Absolu by Yves Saint Laurent. So this one is a nice patchouli oud orange fragrance, and it's very potent in the projection category along with the longevity. Most of these have good longevity as well, but projection is our focus here. So all around a good performer, but that projection, this one will push out, and it is strong. I mean, you wouldn't maybe expect it to be because it is an Yves Saint Laurent, and you know, a lot of more designer fragrances don't always project the best, but this one does a really good job at it. It pushes out far, and it just is a statement maker. It will get you noticed, and it's honestly just kind of one of those fragrances that I wear more for myself, just kind of for the artistic factor of it, but people do love it around you as well. M7 Oud Absolu, this one is strong. Number 8, we have Armani Code Profumo. So again, you may think that this one should be up at number 3, number 2 maybe, and it is a very strong scent indeed. But you got to keep in mind, we have a lot of strong projectors in this video. So again, it's almost splitting hairs through this top 10 list here because they're all strong. And again, it's hard to measure for sure how far they're projecting, but Code Profumo is a strong projector. It will get you noticed even in the winter time when it's super cold. If you're wearing this walking down the street, people will be able to smell this on you 100%. It just has a bit of this creamy tonka bean in here, has a bit of this root beer cola type of fizzy undertone to it. It smells amazing. A bit playful, but still really good. And again, projection on this thing is monstrous. Moving into number 7, we have a fragrance from Kilian Paris. Now, I could have put a number of them here in this video because a lot of my Kilian fragrances, in fact, most of them, are very strong in both longevity and projection. But ultimately, I ended up selecting this one for good reason. This is a unique and different scent, but it is very nice and a bit more polarizing. This one is Dark Lord. So Dark Lord, you don't hear too much about, but it is a nice vetiver fragrance. And it's a vetiver fragrance done like how I've never smelled it before. There's no other vetiver fragrance out there that smells like this one. This one has vetiver and rum. And, you know, there's a lot of vetiver scents, Grey Vetiver, Roja Parfums Vetiver, the list goes on. And a lot of them share quite a bit of similarities. But again, there's nothing else out there like this one. Super, super potent longevity and very strong projection as well. This thing is monstrous. I mean, you don't need very many sprays with this scent, and you don't need any bigger than a 50 ml bottle of this one. This will go a long way, and just like most of their scents, you don't need many sprays with this one. Very strong longevity and equally, if not more strong projection. The stuff is killer. Moving into number 6, we have Yves Saint Laurent Y EDP. So a fresh blue fragrance in here, but making it at number 6 is pretty respectable compared to all these strong fragrances with a lot of more sweeter depth. But yeah, it's true. This fragrance is very strong in projection. It's got this potent amber wood, kind of ambroxan type of thing going on. It's got this nice fruity apple in the opening, a nice clean-ish lavender dry down. This one is full of synthetics and full of, molecules and stuff like that. I mean, this fragrance, there's not much natural about it, but that's why it is so strong in longevity and projection. This thing is a beast. If you want one that's, more mass appealing, that's going to project really far and also be fresher for summertime, Yves Saint Laurent Y EDP is definitely the way to go. It's a bit more expensive. You can get it discounted with that link down below, but it's worth every penny. This thing is amazing. Breaking into the top 5, we do have a fragrance from Parfums de Marly. This one is going to be Godolphin. So this is a nice leather-based fragrance, and this thing, not only does it smell great with a bit of a fruitiness up top, and that fruitiness smells so good, adding a bit of a counterbalance, but that nice, deep, rich leather undertone in here is what sets this fragrance off. This is a sexy and seductive fragrance. I have to spray this one. Can't get enough of it. Godolphin is a great, great scent. The longevity is very nice. It's top-notch. The quality is great. And more importantly, for this video, the projection is insane. This will leave crazy scent trails like most of these will, and also push away very far. I mean, people will be able to smell this from you across a large room for sure. So this is one where it's definitely going to be a statement maker. You can't be shy and not expect to get noticed when you're wearing this one. You got to be bold for this one because it is a strong scent in every stretch of the word. And again, these Parfums de Marly are good niche fragrances for the price, and you can get them on a discount, which makes them very affordable in comparison to a lot of other niche fragrances out there in terms of the value that you get. And all around, it's honestly a pretty good bang for your buck scent. Definitely worth checking out if you like leather and strong projecting fragrances as well. Moving into number 4, we have a designer fragrance again here. This one is Spicebomb Extreme. So this is a really well done flanker. I love the original Spicebomb Eau de Toilette. That fragrance just smells so good. Even though it was kind of played out at one point, kind of got labeled as the ex-boyfriend fragrance just because, it was one that everyone would wear apparently. But, for me, and it's the reason why is obviously it does smell good. It was created by a master perfumer, Olivier Polge, but also the marketing. I mean, anyone goes into a department store and sees this bottle, they're going to pick it up and they're going to smell it. I'm talking about the EDT, but the Extreme as well. It's the same thing. They're going to pick it up, they're going to smell it, and when it also smells really good and is not your typical freshie like most fragrances, you end up having a bestseller. And that's exactly what happened with the EDT and the Extreme. Man, is this a beautiful scent. This is a work of art. Takes that same DNA, that same backbone, and it just adds a bit more emphasis on vanilla and tobacco. It takes away some of that youthful playfulness from the EDT and makes it a bit more mature and cozy and warm, more for, kind of cozy winter type of activities, whereas the EDT is more for kind of loud, playful, fun winter activities is the way I like to think about it. Walking down the street or walking into a room or going wherever, this fragrance is going to project hard and it is going to get you attention 100%. Another one that's a bit more expensive, but I can tell you guys, 100% worth your money. Like, this is one of the best designer fragrances you can buy for winter. I'm putting that, on me. Like, I'm telling you this. If you like tobacco and you like vanilla, you're going to love this fragrance. And remember, there will be a link down below to Fragrance X for you to grab this one at a discount. It is a great, great scent for the price. And I do also want to make you guys aware that I just launched my own 2 fragrances in collaboration with Navatus Parfums. The links to those will be down below in the description as well, or you can find them over on their official websites. These 2 fragrances are Soleil Matin, which is a citrus-forward fragrance, very versatile and is the more mass appealing one, just good for everyday wear to get a lot of compliments. And the second one, Rêve Nuit, is more geared towards date nights and maybe perhaps some cooler weather activities. Right now, since we're in the pre-launch phase, you can get 30% off if you buy one and 50% off if you buy both of them, meaning you can get these 2 fragrances created by a total of 4 master perfumers for a great, great price. These have great quality, they're great performance, and I know you guys are going to love these if you give them a shot. Hit those links down below and check them out. I know you guys will really love them. Moving into number 3, we have Tom Ford Tuscan Leather Intense version. So they did create, and yes, this is absolutely absurd, but they created an intense version of Tuscan leather. Why would you do that? I'm not sure, because Tuscan leather is already as intense as it gets, or so I thought. But they really amp it up here. This one is strong, it goes a bit animalic, and it's not necessarily going to be for everyone, but if you're a fan of the original Tuscan leather, and also if you're a fan of Godolphin a little bit, because they do have quite a bit of similarities, you're probably going to like the intense version of this one. It's just beefed up, amped up, and it's much stronger. They also did an intense with Tom Ford Tobacco Oud. Tobacco Oud Intense, again, why they would do that, I don't really know. Another animalic one that's very strong, and that could have made it in the list as well, but we only had so much room here without dragging it on. I can do another video follow up to this, but Tuscan Leather Intense, very strong longevity and very, very strong projection. This stuff is almost a weapon. This is nuclear stuff, very strong. Be careful with it, but have some fun too. Moving into number 2, we have Mancera Red Tobacco. Man, is this one just a fragrance that I've been loving so much lately. I love the nice authentic tobacco note. I love the oud in here. I love the bit of the smokiness that you get out of this fragrance, that signature Mancera smokiness. And I love the nice green patchouli in here. It just is a mixture of a lot of notes that I enjoy, and it's a mixture that is done really well, with the oud being kind of more in the background for me. Really well done scent here. This stuff is sexy. That tobacco in here is so good, and like it's in the video for a reason. Very, very strong projection. This is only an eau de parfum concentration, which is pretty high, but there's, concentrations that are much higher than an EDP, and this thing is nuclear, like out of this world strong. Another one, 100% worth your money. This is a great bang for your buck niche fragrance. I would highly recommend picking this one up. And finally, at number 1, what could it be? I'm sure you guys are probably thinking in your head, okay, it has to be something that tops all of these other ones. Because like I said, number 10 through 4 are all kind of splitting hairs for the most part. A lot of these are, and there's no technical way to go about this video, so I apologize for that. If you want a good projecting fragrance, go for any of the 10 in this video, or 11, even the Bvlgari. That's another really good one. It just goes off of whatever you like in terms of note breakdown and scent profile and stuff. So you can't go wrong with any of these if all you care about is projection. But for number 1, this has to top them all. This is a fragrance that I have in 2 concentrations. That's one hint for you. It's in 2 concentrations available. It's very expensive. It's created by a master perfumer. I'll just go ahead and tell you. It is MFK Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait. This thing is a weapon. Like I said with the Tuscan Leather Intense, that one's a weapon, but this stuff is just on another level of insanity, to where it's like, why is this even necessary? But it is. It's a thing. It's real, and it is a strong scent. Started off with the EDP. I've got 2 bottles of the EDP, and I quickly realized that even though I would go nose blind to it, it was still very much alive and projecting off my skin a lot, even with a couple sprays. And so I've enjoyed the EDP for a couple years now. It's, you know, one of my favorite niche fragrances, and it really got me into the higher end side of niche fragrances. And then eventually I was approached with a good deal on a partial bottle of the Extrait. I mean, you know, I did not go and buy this bottle new at retail. That's just, you know, a bit of a stretch in terms of pricing there. It is very expensive. So I was hooked up with a good deal on a half full bottle. This is a, what is it? This is a 200 ml. So there's about just barely less. So probably about 90, 95 mils out of 100 of the Extrait, which is a lifetime supply. You know, 1 to 2 sprays max for this one. So I've got plenty of Baccarat Rouge 540 in both concentrations to last me a lifetime. Very, very strong scent. If you want something that is going to be different, that is going to be just not your everyday type of scent, and you want something that is going to last forever and also project for miles almost, 540 EDP or Extrait is the way to go. This fragrance is no joke. So guys, that was going to do it for me. That was 10 of the strongest projecting fragrances in my collection, or I guess 11 or so. And remember, this is only 10 of them out of, you know, 400 or so I think that I'm at. So if you want to see another video, kind of a round 2 of this, I can, you know, go through and reevaluate and see what else I have as well, because there's a lot of stuff that I could go through as well. But I wanted to kind of sum it up into 11 so it's more digestible for right now. And remember, if you guys want to check out any of the fragrances, they will be linked down below to Fragrance X. Fast shipping, great prices. Make sure you check them links out and give these a shot. These are very good. And also my own fragrance launch in collaboration with Navitus Parfums. Those links will also be down below in the description. Don't forget, for only a limited time, we are running that sale. So make sure you get on it and give these a shot right now while you can. The quality on these is great, and I know you guys are going to love them. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.